Warning. Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, the Whippy.
Welcome to the Crescenzo Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We're on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything. Why am I doing? Okay, I keep forgetting when I'm interviewing comedians. Don't do the stupid fucking intro. Anyways, I'm here with Anthony Crescenzo.
What up?
Stand-up comedian from Dirty Jersey.
So I'm originally from.
You're originally from Dirty Jersey. Then he defected or disinfected to New York.
That's one way to say it.
He left that fucking place full of nothing but whores. In fact, it sounds like a fantastic place. I like whores.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, honestly, if I knew where the whores were, I would have stayed there.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I've been to Elizabeth. You don't want those whores.
Yeah.
They're just crackheads with negative numbers of teeth.
I mean, I went to go to visit my cousin who he used to live in Elizabeth, and when I took the train, I thought I went the wrong way. I thought I was back in the fucking hood of Brooklyn because I saw these two crack whores arguing over who got the bigger piece of a $1 pizza pie. I mean, pizza slice.
I was gonna say $1 pizza pie. Damn, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I've been to Italy and I haven't seen that.
Oh. Nah. Okay, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, really? Okay, I didn't know this was a morning thing.
Yeah. It is the morning. It's 1:30 a.m.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
So.
But honestly, I've, as many times as I've been to Patterson, I actually find Patterson and Camden to be more reckless than Elizabeth, because Elizabeth has a lot of different areas in it. Patterson and Camden really don't. If you know anything about Patterson or Camden, New Jersey,
I've
Newark gets a bad rap too. Honestly, Newark has really, really good spots inside of it. Jersey City is the same thing.
Yeah.
Camden is harsh. I got lost in Camden once, and I was like, "Ah!" It's fucking frightening.
Actually, Camden is so bad that even the cops just said, "Fuck this shit."
Oh yeah, no, it's worse than DC over there. Like all the problems in Baltimore, that's normal for DC. Like DC has like 5 good blocks, and that's it. The rest of it's really scary.
And those 5 blocks are basically around the White House.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
all it is. That's why everyone that works for the White House actually lives in Arlington, Virginia.
Yeah.
They like that. Like Baltimore, everybody's like, "Oh, Baltimore's right next to DC." It's not. It's really not.
So basically, if you want a good life, don't live near niggas, is what you're trying to say, Anthony.
You can say whatever you want. You ain't putting me in that fucking context. I live on the Upper West Side. I ain't allowed to say shit like that.
Of course you can. You're a comedian.
Nah, you gotta be a little careful when you look Caucasian. You gotta watch your language a little bit.
You're part of the massa race.
Master Race. I'm
Massa.
Italian. There's no Master Race around here, but
Okay, well you got some Mussolini blood in you. I mean, close enough.
I'm just saying I got a little more blood in me too. But that's really not the point. It's just it's one of those things you kind of look at it and go, do you really need to say certain things? Is it necessary? If you don't find it's necessary to what you need to convey, then you try to get around it, and you just you take a couple seconds and you Obama it.
Yeah.
You say something, and then you consider.
Mm-hmm. I'm more of the classes like fuck it, just let's see how this turns out.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm above the class. I'm just saying that there's certain things you kind of got to watch out with when you want to make a career on this full term. Now, I mean, if you want to be in a position where you could be a rougher version of Stern, you get away with it. That's fine. Unfortunately for me right now, I mean, my entire career has always been actually, it pisses off producers when I say it. I want the career of Howie Mandel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
what
Howie
do you mean?
Mandel would never say anything like that.
What do you mean by that? You want the career of Howie Mandel? What you mean, germophobic?
No. That's his personal positions on things. But Howie Mandel was a stand-up comedian who became a voice actor for his own cartoon. I really want a cartoon,
Bobby's
and then
World.
eventually became a game show host. And what he's doing now is not something I've ever considered. But when he was doing Deal or No Deal, I was like, wow, he just did the entire career arc that I wanted. And that's when I realized that it wasn't just I loved him when he was doing Bobby's World. Maybe there was a reason that I loved him while he was doing Bobby's World. It's because I want his career arc. So I wanted that when I think I was like 8 years old when Bobby's World was active.
8.
And
well, you were 8 years old, or
that was about 8.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
I know. I was the one that lived through it. So.
Well, I was around when Bobby's World. I'm just trying to remember, like how old. Okay, trying to do. The
I think
math
you were like 4. So you wouldn't really remember Bobby's World. You might have seen it.
No. I'm 31.
Like I guarantee you didn't see George Carlin's whatever the TV show was with the.
Thomas George Carlin as the Mr. Conductor. I remember that.
You remember when it was live? Do you remember Steam Pipe Alley?
Yes.
Steam Pipe Alley, Mario Cantone. Not a lot of people. There's a lot of comics that don't know about that one, and they're very surprised when I tell them about it. They're like, "What the?
Actually,
really? Mario Cantone had a show for little kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was called Steam Pipe Alley. It was great." And they're like, "Wait, you saw that? And you remember it? You watched it?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was."
Yeah, I remember George Carlin as Mr. Conductor.
Fact, I think I only saw like 2 episodes. I wasn't really into it.
It was on Channel 30. Well, it was. I remember watching it because it was before Sesame Street, and then it was Thomas Tank Engine, the original one, not the gay shit they have for kids now.
The 3D version, you mean?
Yeah, it's gay shit. Please, it just upsets me. It makes me homophobic. That's how angry it gets me.
I don't think it has anything to do with homosexuality.
It really doesn't. But it just makes me. I just have to scapegoat somebody. That's how mad it gets me. It just. But
Yeah, but that's my generation. I mean, like I watched Power Rangers and all that, but that's the next that's a little younger than me. That's like about 5-10 years younger than me.
Yeah, I mean, by the time Power Rangers came up, I was like already a preteen, so it was like. It was almost time to like not like that shit.
Yeah, well, when Power Rangers came out, I would watch it occasionally. Just this way, girls that had younger brothers, I could kind of relate, so I could hook up with the girls while I was talking about like the kind of stuff that the younger brother was into, and like, oh my god, yeah, my little brother watches that. Because what am I going to talk to her about? My Little Pony? Because that's my generation.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I can't bring up Gem and try to make out with a girl. It's weird. You could do that now that you're 30, but you can't do that when you're like 10 years, like 12, 15 years old. It's weird.
Speaking about Gem, you know they're coming out with a live action movie that has nothing to do with the fucking cartoon.
Shit, Jim and the
Yeah.
Holograms. I heard about it. I haven't seen any trailers for it, but I heard about it.
The trailer is out, and you know, you're reading the comments, and all these like fangirls are all pissed off. Like, what the fuck are they trying to do? This is not what Gem was about.
You know what? I don't want to say this because it's really going to alienate a lot of people. It's going to sound awful when I come out with it, but
fuck it, just go with it.
no, like fanboys, like they're at all stages of looks, but fangirls, I've never really seen a super attractive fangirl about things. Like, I mean, there's some like that are like, oh, she's cute or something like that, but I've never like. I shouldn't say that. Marvel, and it's more been recently. Like, you could have gotten into it a little bit, but like serious fangirls, like down to they read the comic books before the cartoons came out.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. Most fangirls that are out now, like the ones that are like Doctor Who, they're only fangirls because they think it's gonna make them look more attractive to guys. I mean, not that they really like it themselves. It's more like, oh well, you know, this is gonna get the guys to like want to give me dick. I mean, it's just
that's really what it comes down to. I've seen that with a lot of girls that like they're not ugly, so you don't really get why they would be into that kind of boy stuff. And then you realize it's because they're friends with boys that are into that. If it wasn't for the idea, like, okay, there's one example, and it's really strange. I dated this girl. She was very, very attractive. And I remember that she used to tell me the story about how she was a little kid, and she would pretend to be Jean Grey. And I didn't understand why. And then I figured it out. It took me about 3 to 6 months to really understand the whole story. Apparently, she had a crush on a friend of hers, but according to her, they were just very, very close friends. But you know when you read in between the lines when you're dating somebody for a while?
Yeah.
Well, I read in between the lines that it was a Fantastic Four reference, and her male friends were into that, and the guy she had a crush on, it went in that direction.
Did she end up hooking up?
To be his girlfriend, in her mind, she would be Jean Grey.
Oh. Okay. And what, he would be Cyclops or what?
No. Jean Grey was shoot. Actually, you know, I don't think maybe it wasn't Jean Grey I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Susan. I'm sorry, Susan something.
Susan Storm from the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, that's what it was. Not Jean Grey. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm the comic book nerd here.
Yeah. I'm good looking. Sorry.
Oh. Shit. Well, touche.
I'm not from Brooklyn. I don't even bother to try to act nerdy.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Don't be dissing on Brooklyn. I mean, call me ugly all you fucking want, but I'm gonna defend Brooklyn to my death. Like, what the fuck?
Brooklyn has way too many white kids that try to act like super nerdy for absolutely no reason.
Yeah,
like, well, you don't know. You don't know this. You don't know that. You don't know the other thing. And I'm like, I got a job. Shut up.
Nah.
Just a lot of times, just like, really? Like, do you make money? Are you trust fund baby? Or are you just trying to act poor right now?
Oh, those are what we call scabs. Those are the ultra hipsters, the ones that they're so fucking above it all that they want to separate from society, so they like renounce soap and water.
Yeah, like I don't have an issue with people. Like I was like that. I really not rinsing soap and water. I was dirty, but I was like that though. Like there was bands that I would just stop listening to because everybody else started getting into them when I was younger. But hey, you know what? I turned 21 and all that. Actually, I think that crap went away when I was like 19. But they're like in their 30s and they're still doing it. I'm like, really? You're still there? Do you still go to diners too? Cause
what's wrong with diners?
What's wrong with diners? After a bar, go home, go to sleep. You got a girl with you, go get laid. Going to a diner when you already have a girl is like sobering her up so this way she can fall asleep and not fuck you later on.
Okay,
It's
well,
like
I go to.
you pumped yourself and you pumped a girl full of booze, and now you're gonna sober each other up and spend more money doing it and spend more time doing it.
Hmm.
You know what you could do with that extra hour that you went to the diner to get cheese fries? You could fuck.
Yeah.
Get in a cab, stop taking the train, get in a cab, fuck her, go to sleep, kick her out of your bed.
Yeah, I mean,
Or,
I used to take
or
this one chick that to the diner. We used to do comedy together, and she would we would take her to the diner. I would, she would like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Let's go to the diner." And then thinking I'm gonna finally get out the friend zone. I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, okay.
now you're talking to her for another half an hour.
What?
And then you're talking to her for another half an hour.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "Can you prank call
And
my
and
ex?
you're not even getting your dick touched.
Can you prank call my ex-boyfriend and tell him I'm gonna kill myself?" And I'm like, I just want to finish my fucking burger. Like, if I'm not gonna get laid, I just want to finish my fucking burger and just let's talk comedy. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like don't even bother to talk comedy with them. Like if you're gonna be in that position with a girl,
Hmm.
talk about the guy, make fun of the guy a little bit, and then make it sound like he's better somehow than you, so she starts feeling a little bit for you,
Hmm.
and then just start making her laugh for a long period of time. Eventually, she'll just find you as the better option. But honestly, once you get into the friend zone, it's really, really tough
Oh
to get
yeah.
out. So what you're better off doing,
Is
walk away,
yeah,
go get somebody else.
yeah.
Or have her introduce you to one of her girlfriends, but
Oh
do it
well,
the same night
yeah,
because the if you're in the friend zone for over a week, you ain't getting out.
yeah. Well, now that I know now, but the funny thing was, first time we started hanging out, she put me in the friend zone, and then
Mm.
I was like, okay, fine, good, fine, we'll just chill, and that's it. We peoples, it's whatever. And then I
We
was like, oh wow, those two chicks over there look kind of hot, and I said it in front of her. Oh, the shit storm she gave me.
about what?
Oh, how can you like other girls and say you want to be with me? I'm like, you just said you want to be friends. What the fuck do you want me to do? Oh, but the very same night? I'm like, I just
You
don't.
need to walk away from that girl. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You just go, you know what? It's not going to happen with you, and you're a cock block. No
Oh yeah, yeah, no, totally,
way.
totally. And I just found out last night because I kind of got into like a misunderstanding with another comic. I'm not gonna mention that person's name, but I tagged them in a post because I wanted their opinion, and in her defense, I should have just explained it, like not just tag her, but put, oh, this was based on the conversation we had the other night on this topic. But they took it wrong, and it was like, they took it to me being trying to make a joke.
Well,
And
you were trying to make a joke.
no, actually, I wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, really. I don't, sometimes I just want to get someone's opinion on something and
So
not.
you tag them in on it? That's not well, whatever. I mean, you do what you got to
Yeah, I
do,
mean,
but
yeah,
you have
I mean,
to realize, girls are different than guys, and
yeah,
two, anything that's conveyed in text or media, it's not a human connection. You're gonna lose tone, and anytime you lose tone,
yeah,
I had this problem very, very recently. Anytime you lose tone on something, you wind up having an argument because they don't understand that it's just, look, this is not what I meant by it. So then you wind up talking to them for over an hour
yeah.
where you're already having an argument. You picked up the phone to say hello to have the argument, and now you got to dig yourself out for an hour. And it's not to make you look great, it's just to make you not look like an asshole. And that,
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, but the whole punchline was she realized she jumped the gun, and this is the whole punchline. She told me that she knew that I had problems with other comedian chicks, and I'm like, no, I don't. Just the one that I just told you about. And she's like, oh, well, that's not what she said to me. That you have a problem with many comedian chicks. And I'm like, wow.
maybe the first problem is you're referring to them as comedian chicks instead of comedians. Like they don't like being
Well,
referred.
I don't reason why I'm saying
Most
comedian
female
chicks
comedians
is to
don't want to be referred to by their gender at all.
Well, okay, first of all, I'm using it to describe them because if I just said comedian, it's just be like, oh, you're having a problem with dudes and females. No, it's like that's the whole crust of it is that it's that I'm having a problem with women in general.
Oh, dude, you're talking to a person that had to end an interview segment that actually got a decent number of hits and a monthly show. The monthly show wasn't doing great, but it wasn't doing horribly. Towards the end it was, but in general it wasn't like the worst thing in the world, and it was because female comedians don't like being referred to as their gender.
Okay, well, you know what? That's that bullshit. Really, it's like, it, God, it's just that type of shit just fucking annoys me. Okay, it's like how
You really wouldn't understand that because I understand that because I wouldn't want to be labeled. I don't like being labeled as an Italian American comic. I would rather be labeled as an American comedian because it's a lot broader. I could do a lot more with it. But at the same point, if somebody goes, "Oh yeah, Anthony's an Italian American comedian," I'd be all right. Well, whatever it is, I understand. But I would just go, all right, no problem. I'll break the mold without you telling me to. I'm not gonna push it in your face. But there's a lot of comedians in general who are not like comedians. They're people who have found an alternative way to drinking.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I'm kind of proud to be a Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't mind Puerto Rican comedian Louis B. And it's like, okay, I'm representing my people, or I'm doing well, and it's like, okay, well, he Puerto Rican, like I don't mind it. I don't mind being called male comedian. Like I had this joke that no one fucking got, but I was kind of making fun of those labels. Like I am the first Puerto Rican cisgendered comedian.
Cisgendered.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
And that's why I don't say it anymore. It's like it was something that was like a phrasing that was created by some Tumblr feminist. A cisgender means a person who identifies as the sex they were born.
You mean like I'm a man?
I'm a straight man. That's what cisgendered means.
I don't know if you can hear or see my eyebrow rising, but that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly. And that's why I make fun of it. It's like there's you can't, because it's bigot. It's from. It's almost bigoted to admit that you're straight, that you just want to be with, you just find a person of the opposite sex attractive. You can't just be straight.
I don't know. This is my personal opinion on it, but
yeah.
If that's who you are, that's who you are. That's fine. I don't care if you're one of those people that you're gay, you're straight, you're black, you're white, you're a guy, you're a girl, you're a non-gender identifier, which I know that they exist. I'm like, whatever, you can be what you need. Just if you're a comedian, be funny. That's your job. You don't have to be so specific about it. But there's certain times where, the producer wants to do marketing, wants to be able to sell a product in a specific way because if he or she feels that maybe people show up for that specific product. Perfect example is a lot of comedy clubs that they like doing theme shows. So what are you gonna do? You put an all male show together. Every friggin' show is an all male show.
Yeah. All right. I got some comments in the chat room.
Is that what you just sent me?
Yep, that's what I just sent you.
Okay.
We got Stabathan McHugs. He says, "Hey Louie, hey Stabathan." Christy, she goes, "Great sex comes after being friends first. Men who run after a week only show who they are and prove they don't deserve it."
Yeah, that's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but great sex, I can understand that, but look, when you're we met a girl, and you're a guy, and you're both straight,
Mm-hmm.
and she already has informed you that she just wants to be friends. That's it. You're gonna waiting at that point is really stupid. It's one thing to be friends with somebody, and then chemistry moves forward, but if you're not physically attracted to another human being, what? Just if you're going to be friends with them, but don't be friends with them thinking that something else is going to come out of it, because that's just ridiculous.
She goes, my best relationship started with friends and making them wait 2-3 years before you date them, Christy.
All right, Christy, do me a favor. Really think back into your relationships and consider the idea that was the expectation on either one of you that you were going to try to move that into a relationship, or was it was a happenstance that it became a relationship? Because if it was something where they were kind of stalking out the relationship, then maybe that's why it ended. Because that's the real. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but that's reality. If you're trying to make it move, then you're going into the friendship with a farce, and that's wrong to everybody.
Yeah. Okay. This is.
Can we move on to somebody else? Because this is getting weird.
Yeah.
Andrew,
of course, because I can't do a show without someone kicking my dick in right now. Andrew goes, hello, Captain Strikeout. How are you, Louis B?
That's good. I like that.
Fuck. Yeah, because I've had Ricky Sofer on here. I've had a porn star. I've had other females on here, and friend zoned. Immediately.
Ricky Sofer's cute.
Oh, she's phenomenal. But yeah.
She's funny, but she just happens to be attractive as well.
Yeah. No, she's amazing. She's amazeballs, if I could say that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. But but that's the running gag. Whenever I have a chick on here, I have these fucking retards. They're like, "Oh, give me her number. You're not gonna get her. She already friend zoned you. Let me get her number. Let me have a chance at her." I bring all these chicks to this network.
Guys, why don't you try doing this instead? This is for your male viewers.
Yeah.
If you're into the girl, try showing up at some of her shit.
Yeah.
That's how me and my girlfriend started up. She
you stalked her?
Stop. No.
No.
Okay. She saw me. I was at a mic, and I was going from the mic to a show. I was in New Jersey, and I was on my way to a show, and she just mentioned, "You're hot." That was it. So I was like, "Oh, you too," and that was it. It wasn't like a thing. And then we just kind of decided, hey, you know what? Let's try. Let's go on a date and see what's what. But she shows up for a lot of my stuff. It's just to be supportive. It's not like she's trying to get my pants. I mean, obviously she's my girlfriend for a while, but
So
she's not like trying to get my pants. But it doesn't hurt. No.
Are you the type of guy? Are you the type of guy that will make a chick wait just so that she's not using you for your body?
I'm not that hot.
Oh.
I'm attractive enough to kind of get away with that, maybe, but I don't chance things like that. Like I'm not gonna put myself into that position where it's like, yeah, so you're gonna have to wait a little bit. It's like, no. Any time that a girl is willing to give me the time of day like that, it's like, pants off, dance off. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Any guy that says, "Oh, make a girl wait," okay, one, you're Mormon. Two, you got problems. I'm not gonna call you gay because if you're gay, you're gay. That's completely different.
Yeah. Christy's laughing at me being called Captain Strikeout. Yeah, that's gonna. Honestly, you get chicks that pick you up at an open mic. Me, I get unfriended after every set.
I actually get girls that are like trying to pick me up on regular shows too. It just happened to be that was at an open mic.
Don't brag.
It usually doesn't happen at a mic because I don't think female comedians find me attractive. It's regular girls that find me attractive more often.
Oh yeah, well,
but
most female comedians.
I won't date a comic.
Well, yeah. I mean, I learned that lesson after what I just told you. But
I won't date an actress. I won't date a singer. I won't date a girl that's in the entertainment industry. I feel that one of us having all these social problems is enough. I don't think we need two of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's actually somebody that's in the entertainment industry. If you're in the entertainment industry, if you're single, go for it. It's fun, but don't expect a term out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm giving your audience
well,
relationship advice. I'm
whatever.
sure they probably know what they're doing better than I do.
Yeah.
I'm 35 and I don't have children, so.
Good job. Hey, you
I'm
know.
white, Brett. I'm white, buddy. It's a little different. We do it unintentionally.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm unintentionally childless too. So.
Really, you're Puerto Rican. I think that's more that
Yeah,
no
but
girl is willing to let
I'm
you
also a
fucking.
fucking troll. So you know, I'm also a fucking troll. I'm lucky I don't live underneath a fucking bridge at this point.
So just call yourself a cholo.
A troll.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not true. Girls like fat guys.
That is bullshit, and you know that's bullshit.
That is not bullshit.
That
That
is
is
so
not
bullshit.
bullshit.
That's
I've
so
heard
bullshit.
many girls say that.
Yeah, but who
during
they
the winter
but who
they
they
want fat guy
dating?
because he's warmer.
Yeah, but who they end up dating? Skinny in shape
right now.
good
I said
dudes.
that she's like that is absolutely accurate. You want a guy with a six pack in the summer, but during the winter you want the fat boy.
Yeah, but so what? So we get 6 to 7 months of loving, and then when it's hot, it's like, oh well, you're single. Eh.
Let me be honest with you. Those 6 to 7 months, you're gonna get a lot more time than you do during the summer. Because during the summer, they're going out, they're hanging out with their friends, they still gotta go to work and all that stuff. They're not trying to sleep over every night. They're trying to sleep. They're trying to bang you and then leave.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm unintentionally getting fatter, and I think that I think my girl likes it. I think every girl I've ever dated likes it when I get a little heavier.
Yeah, you said you were working on your dad body.
Yeah, I'm working on my dad bod right now.
Yeah.
It's more just because I really like chips and beer and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
whiskey.
mean, I'm working out.
I really have to go back to drinking scotch on a regular basis because scotch doesn't add the pounds the same way that beer does. Beer just floats around on me and it shows. But
Well, what you
I
want to do
love
is
all
get
that crap that makes me fat.
some vodka. That'll like burn some calories.
Yeah, if I was Russian or a girl.
Well, what the really? What's the connection between chicks and vodka?
Chicks love vodka. Then
Really?
they realize that the vodka is made out of potatoes. In most cases, granted, there's rice vodka, but most cases it's made out of potatoes. Potatoes stay in your system as sugar, and they make you fatter. And then when they realize that, they switch over to rum because rum is made differently, and you could drink like Bacardi, and it doesn't have calories in it.
Ah.
That's why a lot of girls drink wine because they can get away with it because wine just kind of floats through your system. It doesn't stick around as much.
So there you go. That's your health minute. If you want to lose weight, you drink the rum, you drink or you drink the wine. You stay away from the vodka. Anything that's made in a cold climate, I guess, right?
Yeah, because it's well, beer too. It's anything that's made with yeast or starch, especially starch stays in your system for a while. Another thing that I found out recently was that this is through articles that I read. Apparently, semen is supposed to have a lot of minerals in it, but not minerals that stick around on you. It's supposed to aid in weight loss. Not if you're fucking blowing dudes like all day long, it's not going to work out. But one, you're doing the exercise for it, and two, it's mainly protein. And if you're exercising with protein, it could turn into muscle instead of the same crap that potato chips and vodka and soda turns into.
Yeah, cause that's what I want to date. Some chick with a fucking steel jaw fucking sucking my cock. All right, nice.
I'm just saying. Another thing girls gotta learn is that
Oh.
a lot of girls are like, oh, I like to be on the bottom. It's like, look, unless you weigh like 120 pounds, you need to get on top because you have to. One, you get off better when you're on top as a girl, and two, like because they love control. That's not saying they're like, oh, all girls are control freaks, but honestly, it's a better orgasm for a girl when she's on top, and it's actually better for the guy too. And two, this is the bigger one. You burn a lot more calories. Like when you get too lazy and you stay on the bottom all the time, you're really not burning anything. You're enjoying something, but you would enjoy it a lot more if you were on top and actually taking control of the situation. Because most guys will allow you to take complete control of the situation, and they'll be lazy for the evening. But here's reality: we're willing to do the work, but you're better at it. You're gonna have better sex if you're the one taking control. A guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing most of the time.
All right. So, right.
It doesn't need to be funny. I'm just giving your viewers advice on my 35 years of experience.
Yeah. So you started when you were like what, a fetus?
No, no. I guess 25 years. I started when I was 19. My first time was with two girls.
Oh.
And I'm not a fan of that anymore. After the first time, I was like, you know what? There's too much bullshit that goes behind it afterwards. As I mentioned, it's exhausting.
So, like, what? They were like, "Oh, are you gonna date me? Who are you gonna choose to be your girlfriend?" Some shit like that.
No. We were just drunk, and I got a blowjob for like 3 hours off of one girl, and I was just like, "Yo, see how the other one's doing," because she was in the other room. And I was like, "Yo, you alright?" She goes, "Yeah, I just, I want some too." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "How you want to do this?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm not blowing you. We're fucking." And I was like, "Okay." So, I was like, "So, how are we doing this? Because you have more experience than I do." And she goes, "Lay down." And I was like, "Okay." And I laid down, and she completely took control, and it was a lot of fun. But then the next day, it was all the crap that you're saying. That was a major proponent in why I'm like, I'm not really a big fan of doing that again. I mean, I might if it just came up, but it's not something that I would pursue. Second time.
Well, okay then.
You learn that when you.
I'm taking notes. But then again, my misogynistic. I've been doing some misogynistic material at open mics, and in fact, this is one I wanted to segue into the whole Louis C.K. thing. Like I almost got kicked out of an open mic 2 weeks ago because of because some dude wanted to white knight and be like, "Oh, you're making the women feel unwelcomed here by your set, and if you do that again, you're not gonna be welcomed here anymore."
You know what? Don't go to that mic anymore. That's all. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at everything. It's like, well, first of all, were they laughing?
Some of them were. It's just, of course, the women were kind of like, because you can't tell the truth to them. Like,
you can. You just have to present it well, and you have to also make yourself out to sound like an idiot.
Well,
beforehand, you have to present it as though you don't know any better if you're going to do that kind of stuff. And if you do know better, and you're going to present it as you're intelligent enough to make these statements, you have to look right at a girl and clear it with her while she's doing it. Like as soon as a girl starts laughing about something you say it's super misogynistic, you have to catch her on it and make it sound like, no, you're wrong for laughing at that, and then she'll laugh even harder, and her girlfriends will laugh hard. I have a joke that says that I like a girl with a really thin waist because it's just so much easier to throw her out of a moving vehicle. I wait 2 seconds, and there's always at least one girl. Usually, I got about 30, 40 girls laughing at that. I'd be like, you should not be laughing at that. That is inappropriate. You are not the target audience for that joke. The target audience for that joke is that there's a 45-year-old man in the back of the room, divorced, yelling out to himself, even though everybody else can hear him. He's yelling out to himself, "Yeah, throw her out of the car. She probably deserves it. What do you tell a girl with 2 black eyes? Nothing. You already told her twice. Plus, she doesn't listen." That's the target demographic for that joke. Yeah. Don't be that guy. That guy's an asshole. And I know because he's my dad. Now, you present it that way. That's a very misogynistic joke, but you took it and made it palatable for that girl. And now all of a sudden, all the girls are on your side like, oh, you understand that what you just said was really fucked up. Yeah. But it was funny.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my style is more like, all right, we're going to fuck some people up right now. Like that's what I like, because this is what, for example, this is a joke that I like to say. Like some of the insults that are told to women are just disgusting and inaccurate. Like, I wouldn't tell a woman to go back to the kitchen. None of them know how to cook. I wouldn't call a woman a bitch because female dogs are loyal. Uh, I wouldn't call a woman. I wouldn't call a woman a whore because that implies you get what you pay for. A real woman to me is not a slut because sluts know how to fuck. And I wouldn't call a woman a cunt because most women are neither stimulating or pleasurable.
See, these are all good jokes if you're Triumph.
If you're Triumph.
Yeah, if you're Triumph, the insult
So
comic dog.
Yeah.
But if you're telling these jokes, you're telling these jokes in Brooklyn, especially, right?
Well, Manhattan, Brooklyn, and a lot of the guys laugh.
When you say Manhattan, you mean the Lower East Side of Manhattan?
No, well, yeah, the Lower East Side,
Which is pretty much Brooklyn.
Yeah, also, what the fuck, the Village. I've told this joke
Again.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta venture out of that zone if you want to see if those kind of jokes work. I mean, you got to be playing to a real audience. Comedians are not a real audience.
Yeah.
Comedians don't want to hear what other comedians have to say for the most part. The only comedians that they're willing to listen to are massive comedians. And honestly, I keep hearing people pan Chris D'Elia for his last special that was on Netflix. I don't know why everybody got mad at him. It's really, really funny. Like, if you listen to it as an actual audience member and stop being a jerk off, you would go, wow, this is really, really funny. It doesn't have to be super intelligent. Most of what comes out of Larry the Cable Guy's mouth is super intelligent, but it's very funny. The same thing with, like, Bill Engvall. He's not super intelligent, but it's very funny. I grew up watching Benny Hill. Benny Hill is dumb, like really dumb, but it's super funny. And if you just listen to it like a human being instead of trying to be a critic, which is just the dumbest thing. Every comic or every comic in New York now, I shouldn't say every comic in New York because the comics that are making real money don't say stupid shit like that. They're just like, yeah, you're right, it was good. It was. Like, not for nothing, the idea that Chris D'Elia is Justin Bieber's favorite comic, maybe the comics that don't like Chris D'Elia should really just consider that for a moment and go, if Bieber likes him, that means that his fans will like him. So, get Justin Bieber's fan base to go out to one of your shows. Maybe you got to make somebody like that like you. Maybe the problem isn't that, oh, Chris D'Elia sucks. Maybe it's the idea that you suck. Maybe you need to raise your game up. Maybe you need to go, fuck you, but come here. But fuck you, but come here. But fuck you, but come here.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you need to do some jokes like that.
Yeah, I mean, but how would you explain Hannibal Buress that, like, oh man, that one, I'm mad that one line got cut from that roast.
I didn't even see the line that got cut.
The line, okay, the Hannibal Buress line, he's, okay, hold on, let me see if I can Google it. But while I'm Googling it, what do you think of the shitstorm that's surrounding the whole, Louis C.K. thing?
You know what? I was just talking about this on my podcast the other day. My podcast is really not a podcast because, one, we don't go through iTunes, and two, it's more of a radio show that's put out by a comedy club or got sponsors. But I didn't see it as being a shitstorm. I saw it as he was giving his point of view from the idea that he lived in a town where there was a child molester, and to a child molester, these things are amazing. Like, that's just a great, like, he actually makes it sound like the child molester is an addict. Like, that's how he really compared it. He just did like a Mounds bar chocolate thing, and it's like every woman can relate to that, and most people like most guys can relate to having some kind of like addiction. Like, they're so into something that they just like have a really hard time stopping. Perfect example, many guys smoke. The ones that don't smoke, many of them run or they work out or something to that effect, or they cheat on their girlfriends, whatever it is. Guys have vices, and whatever their vice is, they have a very, very difficult time stopping it. Girls have vices too. I'm going to go with the typical ones, and girls are not going to like that I'm going to say this, but the credit card shopping. Now, a lot of girls, they work out and they just don't want to stop working out, or they drink and they don't want to stop drinking, or they
Especially the
crochet,
psychos
don't want to
that
stop crocheting. But whatever it is,
yeah.
that's really what he was doing. He was just making a comparison to an addictive personality, and that personality for that person was molesting children. Now, what he was really trying to say, and he said it like just he was clowning around, but what he was getting at was that this guy, whatever his French name was, liked having sex with young boys.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that you don't know any guys that like to have sex with girls that are entirely too old for them, entirely too young for them? You're gonna tell me that you don't know anybody that's ever had sex with someone that's like kind of on the fence age-wise, and they're like, like 40 years old, but they had sex with like an 18-year-old, or maybe they had sex with a 17-year-old. They don't want to tell anybody about it, or whatever. Like you made out with somebody that's too young, something like that. That's really all he was saying, was that he's not saying it's okay to do that. What he was actually just saying was that that's an addiction. He wasn't making it sound like this is acceptable. What he was saying was that a molester is so addicted to molesting that even the thought of going to jail, losing your friends, being beat up, possibly killed, possibly losing your home, and everybody knows where you live now, and they know your addiction, and they know that your addiction can harm their family, so they might come after you. Knowing all that, you still go and do this this activity that you enjoy doing or you're addicted to. That's really all he was saying.
Yeah.
It was funny the way he went about it. He actually compared it to racism, which I thought was brilliant.
Light racism.
But for there to be a firestorm about this is weird.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, no matter, it seems like comedians are under attack. I mean, like you can't say anything because it's gonna offend somebody. And one of the best lines I've heard are, if you're offended by something, fucking grow up. How am I supposed to be able to control how you feel? You're basically giving someone power over your emotions, and that it's fucking ridiculous. It's like, okay, this is comedy. This is something that happens. I mean, this is a huge problem. Child molestation. In fact, for the longest time, I mean, how many priest raping young boy jokes are there?
Yeah.
But
you know what the difference is?
What?
That the priest was a target, and people already had issues with the Catholic Church because the Catholic Church has done so many bad things to begin with. What Louis was making it almost sound like was that and this is the problem, he made it sound like you should almost feel bad for the molester because he can't help himself. That's why everybody was getting so mad at him. Because the truth is, it's probably mostly like parents or something like that. It's always some like small group that gets offended by it, but not for nothing. If you can't handle a joke, I'm not saying grow up. If you can't handle a joke, you should not be watching a comedy show.
Exactly.
Saturday Night Live is known for pushing the envelope. That's like watching Mad TV and not understanding why. Oh my God, that's so horrible. How could you make Stewie? Was his name Norm Macdonald's name was Stewie? Not Norm Macdonald.
No, it was Michael. No, not Michael.
Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Like, you're really gonna say it like that? That kid was super fucked up, and like he got like a little crap for it, but it was like, okay, well, whatever. That's what it is. You kind of go, okay, well, this is comedy. If you don't like it, watch something else. Like, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't like it. I've seen it. I'm like, whatever. That's somebody else's shit. They like it. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. That's your thing. I watched it for a couple minutes. I was like, not for me. That's it.
Yeah, I'm a Puerto Rican that likes Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah.
I don't like Hootie and the Blowfish. There's no real. I don't hate people that like it.
I don't
hate people that like the Dave Matthews Band. I just wish that they would stop trying to shove it down my throat. That's the only thing I don't like about them.
Yeah. Okay, this is what Hannibal Buress said at the Justin Bieber roast that got cut. They say that you roast the ones you love, but I don't like you at all, man. I'm just here because it's a real good opportunity for me. Actually, you should thank me for participating in this extremely transparent attempt to be more likable in the public eye, and I hope it doesn't work.
Okay, I don't remember that whole thing getting cut because I know he said the beginning of that. I don't even like you. But that's kind of the way Hannibal comes about things.
Yeah.
Uh, that's why sometimes I don't really. Hannibal's not my cup of tea.
Hmm.
That's not to say he's not going to make a huge career. He's already done something that gave him a huge fan base. So he's probably gonna get the career that he wants out of this, um, regardless of the Justin Bieber thing or not. But with all that said, just because I'm not a fan of his doesn't mean that I think he does a piss poor job. I think a lot of his jokes are still good. I just I don't really I don't dislike him as a person, but I don't personally care for his comedy. Like, for me to I would probably go to a Knitting Factory and watch him anyway,
Hmm.
just to like see what other people like so much because I've never seen him for an extended period of time.
I actually
Um,
saw him last year at an open mic. He was at the Laughing Buddha open mic, and he showed up to do.
you can't judge it by stuff like that. You can never judge a comedian by what they're doing, what they're practicing. You have to judge it by what they do on their
Oh
theater
well,
presence.
he killed. That's what I'm trying to say. He killed.
But it doesn't even matter. He killed in a room full of open micers. That's like being the smartest retard. It doesn't mean anything. It's not like he was over at the cellar and he killed right after Big J Okerson or something like that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he went up in between Soder and Attell
Hmm.
and like he blew them both out of the water. That would be like
But I
okay.
mean, it's not a competition though. I mean, why?
Or he did when Opie and Anthony still had their tours,
Yeah.
the traveling virus tour. If he went over there and he was the funniest damn comic, and you knew Bill Burr was there, and he
Mhm.
blew Bill Burr out of the water, it's
Yeah,
like
but it's not
if that
really.
happened,
It's not a
okay,
competition
that's
though. I
like,
mean,
but
why are you
people see
liking
comics
why are you liking it to a competition though?
because that's what it all is.
Hmm.
That's what it all is. That's why I don't like. That's why I don't really care for doing mics because either I'm gonna do great or I'm gonna do horrible. Because when I go to mics,
Hmm.
I'm either working out new stuff, which means I'm gonna get my ass chewed up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna feel horrible about it. And more importantly, there's gonna be other people there, and he's not even that funny. It's like, yeah, but I was
Oh.
just here to work out. I could
Yeah.
care less. Like that joke was just something that was coming out of my head at the time. Or I'm gonna be so damn good in comparison because I'm doing stuff like working out for like a TV show or a special or something like that. And my material is polished, and you have a lot of people there that are still in their first year. They don't have that the stuff that I have. They don't have the presence. They don't have the material. They don't have what I do, and it's like, wow, you're incredible. It's like, no, you're just comparing me to all these guys that don't know what the hell they're doing yet.
Yeah.
They like have like 1 or 2 minutes of really good material, and then they're using 3 minutes of filler,
Yeah.
or
RD
they're
in the
still filler. They're just still learning.
yeah.
It's not the same.
RD in the chat room. He goes, "I'm here to cock block Drew. Damn you, RD. Get a oh okay. Oops. Okay. RD goes, if you say Hannibal isn't your thing, you haven't tried flicking pickle juice on your sandwich. Whatever that
Yeah,
means.
yeah, that makes sense. I've never flicked pickle juice on my sandwich.
Yeah.
If you can be a little more specific with that comment,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if it was an insult or a compliment.
I have no idea either, but Christy, of course, she says pickle juice is delicious, so now we all know she swallows. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I guess it's a jizz reference.
I guess so.
Oh.
Okay. Now they're just saying hello to each other. That's cute.
Oh, that's adorable.
It is. It really is. So, I mean, how did you develop your craft? I mean, what is your style?
My style is to talk mainly about. It was originally to talk about my family. That's what I originally went with, but now it's been more. I do some social stuff, little by little, but most of what I talk about on stage is my relationships with people. Because I not only just because I can't hear in one ear, not just because I'm Italian, but like my problems with being a first generation Italian American. It's not just those things. It's that I have a lot of things in general, like just in life, that I don't really understand, and I'm trying to figure them out, and I'm trying to figure them out with a crowd involved, which is a little strange, but that's a lot of what I do, is just talk about how I don't completely understand things, and it makes me sound like an idiot a lot. But what my master crafting is it sounds really bad because it's going to make me sound horrible, but it's the truth. I'm very, very good at crowd work. I don't think you've ever seen it because you've never seen me on a show where I've needed to do the crowd work. But
yeah, because I've seen you perform at an open mic.
Yeah, which is like, I love Chris, but that thing is, that's for you guys. That's a townie thing. That's like a neighborhood hangout.
That's all the fucking ham and eggers.
I don't know what that means, but like, I like Chris, and I think he did a great job of putting that thing together for them. But there's a limited, like, I've watched a couple of guys that I was like, I'm impressed, but most of them, it's a lot of people that it's their first time on, or they're under the year mark. My favorite one is a lot of them just don't want to take a comedy class. They have no intentions of taking a comedy class. They've never taken a comedy class. They're not actors.
What comedy
They've never
class would you
taken an improv class, and I'm like, if you've never taken a class, how do you know what to do? Like, you don't know what you're doing, and you're not just wasting the crowd's time, you're wasting my personal time, because I came here to do work.
Right.
Like, I came here to get better at what I've been doing for years. I came down here because it's my friend, but I saw that there was 20, 30 people here, and I can go support my friend at the same time, but you got a whole bunch of people in there. By the way, I gotta say this, micers going into bars, not drinking, not paying for things, like, just get a water, you're an asshole. You really are. Like, that's how you kill a mic. You guys got to start buying things. That's so fucked up that you don't do that. Like, I'm not saying go up there, like, go to the place and get drunk before you go on stage, but buy a soda instead, or buy a couple of sodas, bring your friends down, let them get drunk. Something, like, don't be like, well, I'm here to study my craft. Like, really? Have you ever taken a class? No. Well, because no. There's no excuse. If you're not putting money into this, it's like a job. You went to school, so this way you would know how to do things. This way, when you go to your job, you would know, like, at least rudimentary stuff. I studied this. Like, it wasn't me just going, oh, well, I see that guy on TV, I could do that, and then I just went and wrote jokes. That's not how it works. You go and take classes, you go and mentor with people to learn how to do it, and then you suck for a few years. But you have, like, one or two golden nuggets that you pull out.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I have an intention to go do a comedy class, but I can't afford the $900.
900?
Yeah.
Who the hell's charging $900 for a comedy class?
Laughing Buddha.
Really?
Yeah, but you get unlimited mic. In fact, hold on. Let me get, because I don't want to be like, you don't be slandering us and shit.
What?
I don't want to be like, don't be slandering us.
Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere near that price.
Actually, here it is. Wait, class offerings.
I think it's $900 for unlimited mics forever. Plus,
here it is.
3 hours of personal mentoring, and a beginner class and an advanced class. I think it's like a total package for $9.
Yeah,
because that would make sense.
This is for the mentor program for $925. You get 6 stand-up comedy workshops, 2 private writing sessions, 90 minutes each via Skype. Promotion and marketing workshop, unlimited open mics, 1 per day, no cover, drink minimum may apply, and professional showcase with an HD video of your performance.
Okay, that's understandable. That's a lot of stuff. Now go and look at what his basic package is, because I think it's only like probably some
$375.
range of like $300.
Yeah, $375, which I don't got that either. So
Well, that's the whole thing. You got to go to work so this way you can afford to do this, because
yeah.
this is like skateboarding. It's an expensive hobby. And then if you get good at it, you get good at it. If you don't get good at it, you just have a board and you change out the deck and the wheels.
All right, well then, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm putting up a chip in. No, yeah, like anyone's gonna fucking donate.
It's not even that. You could just run. You can run. You can co-produce a mic for a while. You charge like every other comic is doing, and you take the money from that. You put it into an account. So this way, as soon as you have the ability to, you take it. You put it towards taking the classes. I've been mentored by a few comics.
I don't even know how to produce an open mic. I mean, I don't even know where to start, and I keep saying, "How do you ask?" And everyone just laughs at me. I'm like, okay, I don't even know where to start to even try to figure it out for myself.
Well, I can walk you through how to open up a mic, and how to get comics in, and they'll probably be willing to pay. In most cases, this is how you start it up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go to a bar to drink or a restaurant to eat, like regularly?
No, not really. I mean, if I go to a mic and if I got the money, I'll buy like a soda because I don't drink alcohol.
Okay.
Cause
But you don't go to a restaurant on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis. I'll go to like the corner Chinese restaurant and take it back home and lock the door.
Okay. Well, there's your first thing. Change your habit. Go to a place that's an actual bar or restaurant, and instead of having Chinese food, at least once a week, you go to a place with a couple of your friends, and you guys have burgers and beer. Even if you're there to watch the Mets or the Yankees, it doesn't really matter what you're there to do. You go there, you make friends with the bartender, or you can go work at a bar, and then you're there for a little bit. You don't, like, just a couple times. It doesn't need to be that many, and try to go to a dive bar if you can, because that's the best places to do it. You tell them, hey, look, I'd love to run a little show over here, a little comedy show. Probably bring like 20 people in. Be like, really, 20 people? Because they're not thinking they're thinking in terms of how many drinks they're gonna be making, and it's 20 extra drinks or 40 extra drinks, just depends. Like, yeah, we can tell some people, and then you tell some of your friends to show up, and they show up for the first time.
Because I keep trying to invite them to open mics. I'm like, oh, I don't got no money. I don't got time. I got shit to do.
Tell them to come out Saturday. You run it out Saturday.
I work Saturdays. That's the problem.
All right. This sounds like a bunch of excuses, so I can't really help you.
Yeah.
I only work with people that don't give me a bunch of excuses. I'm like, yeah, I'll help you out with that. Unfortunately, it's made me lose a lot of friends over the years, but
right.
It is what it is. It's like, sorry, it's like I want to be friends with everybody, but if you're not willing to do the work, I can't really help.
Well, I could do the work during the week.
Yeah, well then the days you can do the work, you find a group of comedians that are in that general place, and you try to make friends with people, even if you're just making friends with people who are at the bar, and be like, hey, look, we're gonna do this thing tomorrow. Okay, like today's Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then you go down there a few times, and for 1 week, every day you just go down there and you buy a beer, and you tell everybody that's at the bar, like, you bring flyers in, you just print up flyers, and you tell them, like, hey, look, we're doing this. You get cell phone numbers, and you have them show up. You know what? Even if it sucks, you got comics in the room, you take pictures, and, other comics find out about it. You throw some money at something like Batslava for a month, and they'll fill up the room, but you got to watch out, because when you put micers in the room, they have a bad tendency of, one, they don't drink, two, they're not funny. So if you want to show that people are going to continuously come down for it, you go get real comics. You can get comics for free that, like comics that you like from mics. You do it that way. and then you either charge the bar, you charge the people, or you charge the comics. And after like a month, you probably have enough money for a comedy class. And then you take one comedy class with one person, and you take another comedy class with another person. Honestly, I don't think you should take it all through one person. I mean, it's great if you really, really like what that person does, but you have to know what your strengths and weaknesses are before you go into it. Like, I think that the best one is probably I can't remember it. The Pit and Upright Citizens Brigade are among the best.
Well, as far as stand-up comedy, what classes would you take?
Or
what did you take?
The one that I really want to take, aside from, I think probably when I take another one, the next one I'm going to take, if I do stand-up comedy, it's either going to, it would probably be either, I heard they have a really good one at the Pit, but I might be wrong. It might be the other one that I'm thinking of, or I really want to take the one at the Cellar, because I know that they have one at the Comedy Cellar too. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? Anything to get your foot in the big doors. They have one over at Manhattan School of Comedy. They also have they have one over there. Their teachers are working pros. Jeff is actually very good too. I heard I've had like 2 bookers actually tell me about him, and I've worked with him for a few years. He actually knows how to teach very, very well. So it just depends on what you want to learn, because practically every comedy club in the city has one. And when I say the city, I actually mean Manhattan, not the city in general, because if you're in New York, you go to Manhattan to learn. Or there's American School of Comedy. That one's supposed to be really good. Just depends on where you want to go. You gotta look it up. You got Google, right?
Yeah, I'm actually looking them up right now.
Don't look them up right now.
Okay. I won't look.
You're in the middle of doing something right now.
I know.
Why don't you go look at what your friend what your audience is saying right now?
Oh yeah, no, I'm ignoring her right now.
No, I want to know what she has to say.
Oh.
I like knowing what the fans have to say.
The fans.
It makes me feel like I'm doing something.
RD says a job is such a lame excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, shit, I got bills to pay, nigga. He probably hates that this guy's telling him the same thing I do all the time. Haha, hilarious. Time to get
Who's that?
Christy. She says, time to get over your fears and the pity party and get shit done. You can do it. Stop sabotaging yourself. Yes, yes, yes. This is starting to feel like open therapy session, says RD. It's his psychotherapy. Some people take Prozac. Louis takes the mic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just go up on stage and I just say atrocious things. And then I go home and I feel...
You gotta learn how to make them into jokes. But beforehand, I should send you some tapes of things that I've done on pro shows. Mm-hmm. So that way you go, oh, wow.
I see. But how do you...
Oh, you know what actually would help you out a lot?
What?
You don't even... you wouldn't realize to do this, but I did it. Go get an internship at a comedy club.
I actually was thinking about doing that. Like going to
Because
Broadway.
you do... I believe you do security, right?
Yeah.
Every comedy club needs security. Because then what you wind up doing is, or whatever, you do something along the lines of security or management or something like that. You're really just like bringing people into where they got to be. You put the room together. One, if they have any mics, you're gonna know about it because you work there. 2, you're probably not going to get charged for the mics. And 3, well, there's actually 4 points. 3, you're going to get to see very, very, very good comics that, every once in a while, you might be able to run something by somebody, or they might go, yo, you want to do this thing? Like, you want to hang out, blah, blah, blah. Like, you want to go smoke trees or something, whatever it is. And the other thing is, the place there, not only will they put a couple bucks in your pocket, but they might be more likely to give you a room to run a mic out of. And if you're running a mic out of a comedy club, you, one, can definitely charge, and two, you're definitely going to get people in there. Not necessarily like a real crowd, but you'll definitely get comedians in there, and you get more serious comedians a lot of times.
Yeah.
Any of your fans have anything to say about that?
I wouldn't call them fans. I would just call them a bunch of assholes. To tell you the truth, but
You really seem to dislike your fans.
yeah.
But
Louis, get out there. Everyone is telling you that.
Right now,
What?
how many of your fans are talking to you right now, as opposed to generally?
I mean, it's about the normal amount. Let me. We got 6 people listening live, which is good for this time of night. Break free of your chains. Now is the time. Louis, get out there. Everyone is telling you that. It's not just me nagging. Haha, I'm an asshole, says Christy. Yep.
Well, you know what then? I mean, here's the thing. I can't put. I would love to actually put you up at this one place.
Mm-hmm.
But one, you could never handle the time that I give, and two, I can't have your fan base in there. I can have them somewhere else, so I could put them in another place, and then I can give you less time there.
Oh, trust me, most of my fans are not in New York, so.
Where are they?
All over. And
Where's Christy at?
oh, she's in Florida right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, where is she next? Where is she next month? I mean.
Oh, where's she next month? Probably jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
She lives in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Stupid ass me was assuming that your fans actually lived around here.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've been doing this show for over 9 years. I probably got listeners in like Italy, everywhere else, but New York. You know.
Hey guys, if you're listening right now, just do me a favor. Put down what state you're in. Just the 2 letters. I'm curious.
Yeah.
And if you're not from the U.S., like just say what country you're from. I'm just very curious to know who I'm.
Yeah, and if you're listening on either YouTube, where this is gonna go up, or on iTunes, send me an email at crotchshotradio@yahoo.com. Okay. RD says I'm in the state of Holland. And he says, I can guarantee I won't be there. Next month, Christy says she's going to be in Weed, California.
Okay.
But
I guess she's a salesperson.
Right now, she's in Gulf Coast, Central Florida. Actually, no, she's moving there permanently.
Okay.
A.K.A. Long Island South.
Yeah. You know what that means, right?
La Dientas.
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay.
He lives on the other side, not the Connecticut side.
Well.
The only reason I was curious to know about it was because, one, that we could always put something together where we actually get you up, and it's a real show where I can get other strong comics on. But
yeah.
The one at the hotel, you would have to be strong for 20 minutes. Oof. You're not there.
I don't got 20 minutes worth of shit yet.
You don't have 20 minutes, period? You've been doing this for 9 years, you don't have 20 minutes?
Yeah, because I've been well, no. I've been doing this podcast for 9 years. I've been doing stand-up comedy for like a year and change.
Oh,
like, on this podcast, I don't have to worry about being funny. I could just talk shit. I could do this for like 3 hours.
I like that I like that the people listening that works out. Yeah, because we're still fledgling at my show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already have sponsorship, so I'm pretty excited. We've only been doing it for 2 weeks.
Wow, how did you get sponsorship for the podcast after 2 weeks? I've been trying to get sponsorships of shit.
Well, one, we're backed by a comedy club.
Oh well, there you go.
We I was pushing for sponsorship on the show that we moved out of, and they were like, yeah, we should get commercials, blah blah blah. But I was the only one constantly like trying to put it up, and finally, we had we got a backer. And I was like, but I mean, it wasn't it's not great, but a writer was that in order for us to do it on the day of the week that they wanted it, there was going to have to be money involved because I was going to have to move from one place to another, and there's a massive travel expense for me.
Right.
Like when I go to Vegas, I can't. Like you guys go, oh, I'll go to Vegas for free, I'll make it a vacation. I can't. Like it's work. It's a fun job, but it's still a job. You got to make money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like everybody's like, "Oh, you're a comedian. You should be doing it because you love it." It's like, yeah, I do it because I love it, but I gotta.
Yeah, I got bills to pay.
I can't just like fucking go like flickering my eyelashes and think that the rent's gonna get paid around here.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, how many times people want you to like do your comedy for free? Like, do you go through that whole cliche thing where people say, "So what do you do?" "Oh, I'm a comedian," and they expect you to fucking prove it.
Oh, I don't mind.
Really?
I have like a few. Yeah, I have a few. I learned over the years that you have to have a couple of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to be murderers. They just have to be something, and you have to know that it's stuff that everyone could find kind of funny. Like you have to know you have to have a couple.
Yeah.
Where they're not like murder or crowd joke, but they're also not super offensive.
Well, I got one already.
Like I go with my entry line. It's easy because then it's like, oh shit, which I think you've heard a million times. Which is just I just got back from doing the Wendy Williams show, and that was a lot of fun. But let me tell you something about Wendy Williams. That is a good looking dude, and that's it. I don't have to like, yeah, I heard that's a guy. It's like, oh my god, dude, I'm joking around. Relax. And I go, I'm really glad you like that joke because she did not. And they're like, oh shit, that's your stand up. Fuck, I thought you were just saying it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go with like I have a Dunkin' Donuts joke that I can do. Like it's actually a whole coffee thing, but the problem is that it takes more than 90 seconds, and anything you say to somebody for more than like 15 seconds, they cut you off.
Yeah.
Like you'll never get through it if you're just talking to one person. You're having a conversation, even though the idea in their head was originally that they wanted you to tell them a joke.
Yeah.
They don't have the attention span to actually listen to a joke unless sitting there and there's a whole bunch of people shutting the fuck up to listen to the joke. So you want to go with something that's very quick and bang bang. I know a lot of comics that I work with, the younger ones at least, they're still on the whole idea of going, well, yeah, I'm gonna set the crowd up so this way I can tell the joke. And, I go off and I tell the joke, and I'm like, you're not setting the crowd up. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, by the way, we got Christy. She has a request.
To stop talking comedy?
Yeah, she's like, Louis, I think you should stop. You should have a moment of silence in honor of Old Smokey, my car that just blew up. After you give her a eulogy. Okay. All right, here we go.
You do that while I'm eating chips.
Yeah, there you go. Christie's car, Old Smokey, made it cross country on multiple occasions, both north, west, east, and south. Her car was reliable. It was almost her second home. Till one day it decided it wasn't for this world anymore. She was a very faithful vehicle. She wasn't the prettiest thing to look at, but like a nice mature MILF, knew how to satisfy. This is for you, Old Smokey. You'll always be in our hearts. And now a moment of silence. All right.
That was terrible.
Ouch. Thank you.
Yeah. The horn was way louder than you.
Ah, fuck. Really? Okay.
Yeah. You
Oh.
got to lower the volume on that horn
Yeah.
because I'm
Well-
like, no, he's speaking at the proper volume, but that horn is way loud.
Yeah, I'm not doing a second take. Fuck it.
No, please don't. It was really like, I was surprised that my neighbors didn't knock on the door.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. In fact, the one thing was when Christy came to visit me in Brooklyn, they busted out her window.
Really?
Yeah. So we had to go on an epic quest to get her window replaced.
How long is this? Because you live in Williamsburg.
Yeah. Yeah. This was. Wow. This was like what? Back in 2007.
Hmm.
Yeah. One of those when she goes, ha ha ha, oh my god, I'm crying. LOL, I miss my time machine. Didn't you have fun with her? That was awesome though, hilarious, thank you. Well, I made her happy.
There you go.
There you go. You're saying that I'm terrible.
I said the eulogy was terrible.
Oh, the eulogy was terrible, but she.
Oh, no, you weren't terrible. You were being a nice guy. The eulogy was horrible. Actually, the eulogy came out good. It was the horn that was the problem.
Oh, okay. No, don't backpedal. Don't give it to me. If I don't deserve it, I don't deserve it. Don't shit.
I couldn't. All right, you want me to be a dick? I couldn't fucking hear half of the eulogy.
Okay.
It sounded like it was good because your timing was fine behind it. It sounded like you were very heartfelt.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking hear it because you had that goddamn horn.
All right.
It sounded like a fucking. It sounded like a muffler squealing.
All right. Well, what I'll do for Chrissy, I'll just re-record it and send it to her via CD.
I think you should send it to her via carrier pigeon.
If we're gonna go that far, I might as well send her through. Fuck it.
Yeah, you got something older mail carrier pigeon. That's the original.
I was gonna send it via Negro or something.
Wow.
Negro.
That was like
yeah.
it was super unnecessarily racist.
I don't care. I like to be unnecessarily racist.
It wasn't like even funny racism. It was just like what the fuck.
I just like to be mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out. Then it also explains why they have problems with you at some shows.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know.
you can't come down here again if you're gonna do that. It's like. By the way, were you picking on them, or were you just like you were just saying things?
No, in fact, I could play my set if you want.
I don't hear the set. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, I mean, no, I wasn't picking on anyone. I was just basically doing my bit, and the guy was like, like, of course the chicks were like, all like getting all pissed off because that's how they do. But
so I know not to go there again.
What?
Where was it? So I know to boycott it.
You don't have to boycott it. I went. Yeah.
Tell me where it was.
It was in Brooklyn. It was a bar called the Gram. It's
okay. I've never even heard of it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to it tomorrow. Well, tonight. I usually, I went the week before, and I'm working on a new 9/11 material. But which, ugh. So far I only got one good joke, but
good joke.
Yeah, I just got one good joke from because I used to be part of a 9/11 truth group. So, basically trying to have that in my repertoire, not just fucking misogynistic stuff.
I think it's so funny when conspiracy theorists call it a truth group. It's like, no, just because you believe in it doesn't make it the truth. I don't call religion a truth group.
Well, that's just the internal jargon.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just think it. I just said it was funny.
Yeah.
I find it funny. Does not mean it's accurate. By the way, 2 people tweeted me during this. I'm guessing they're your fans. I have no idea.
What'd they say?
I don't know. I didn't read it yet. Oh. I don't read any of the text messages or anything else that comes up because I'm in the middle of an interview. Mm-hmm. And unlike anybody that I've ever interviewed, I don't like to be rude during an interview. So I just go along and I listen to what it is, and we do what we gotta do. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, thank you so much for listening in. I really appreciate the comments and whatever it is.
Well,
If they're good out there.
this is kind of a laid back type radio show we're doing right now. It's like I, if somebody tweets to me and it's, it pertains to what we're talking about, I'll read it. Like the comments we're getting in the chat room, I'll read
Oh no,
it.
that's fine. You're the host. I'm talking. Yeah, but I'm a guest. It's different.
Oh no, go ahead, have fun.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
I feel that the guest should actually be like the host has to do that kind of stuff. That's always the way I felt. Like even on my show, I don't act as the host. I act as the sidekick because I don't want to fucking be doing all that shit. There's certain points where I'm like, all right, I'll take on some production, but for the most part, I'm like, look, you're the host, I'm the sidekick. And he's like, why do you always want to be the sidekick? I'm like, because people like the sidekick and they fucking hate you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So
Actually, it's too bad I couldn't get him. I couldn't get him down here tonight. But stupid ass me thought I was gonna go see Colin Quinn, and apparently that was Sunday. So I.
Oh yeah, I think he's doing like a weekly show on Sundays at Over the 8 bar.
Yep. Yeah, I thought it was tonight, so I went down there, and instead of watching Colin Quinn, I watched whiskey go into my mouth.
Huh. Well, they have an open mic there too, so.
Yeah. Where is it? In that back room?
Yeah.
Is it? Be honest with me. How is it?
It's an open mic. I mean, it's like people, it's like open mics are just for people to work out. I mean, it's.
So in other words, it's a library with one person talking.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, fuck it. If you want to bash a room, what open mics do you hate?
Every open mic.
Every open mic.
I don't like open mics. I just don't. Yeah. I didn't even like the open mic that I was running in the Bronx. Honestly, we utilized Friday night a lot of times as like we knew we were gonna have a full room on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would do is I would let the MC, who was also the owner, go to town, but I would have to light him after a while because it's like, dude, we can't have you on for fucking 10 minutes in a row in between comics. Like, you have to keep it down to a couple of minutes. And he'd put me up, and he's like, how much time are you going to do, bro, before I go up? And I'd tell him 20, 30, 40, whatever I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, okay. And then he'd say, do you want me to light you? And I would tell him, light me at this amount of time. He'd be like, all right. And then I would be looking at my watch going, I was supposed to get a light 5 minutes ago. Where the hell is he? And then I'd go, guys, I'm gonna end on this one. And I would just keep saying, I'm gonna end on. And I would just keep going. I'm gonna end. I'm gonna, like, seriously, this is my last joke. I'm not kidding around. And they would just be looking at me like, what the hell's the problem? And then they would realize I'm trying to tell the owner, come down here because when I get off, I'm getting off, and I don't know who goes on next.
Exactly.
But that's why he had me go on last a lot of times, was because of the same reasoning. Now they can't see me what I'm doing right now, right?
No one can see you.
No, that's good because I wanted to put the.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not.
What?
What the hell?
No, but I honestly I don't like mics at all. I think that every one of my friends who's ever thrown a mic, they now all have good. Their produced shows that they do now are a billion times better than what their mic was, and I'm happy about it. Because I'd rather go do people's mics. I'd rather go do people's shows. I don't like doing mics.
What do you think of that crackheaded mic over there by Washington Square Park Arch?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The open mic that somebody hosts at the Arch in Washington Square Park.
I don't know about it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, everything I ever did for Eastville Comedy Club, people try to come in and go, oh, is this a mic? And I'm like, you have people? They'd be like, no. And I'm like, you're not getting on. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, because either you bring people or I would have had to book you. I'm not booking people that don't bring anybody. That's counterproductive. They're really just... So, in other words, I'm supposed to give you 5 minutes.
Just for your pretty face.
Yeah, and I know that it sounds like, oh,
No, that sounds
he's
fair.
coming down and he's entertaining us, and most of the time it's like you're not entertaining anybody. You're still learning what you're doing. It's if you want to come in here and I have 40 people, what am I getting out of giving you the chance to try your material out on 40 people that you don't know?
Yeah.
I didn't invite you here. What's in it for me?
Hmm.
And I know that's messed up. I'm like, hey, look, that's the way I was brought into this business. That unless, like, I mean, if I have like a ridiculous amount of time, like I only have, if I have a show that's loaded with comics that I know could only do 10 minutes, and the room is full, and I'm like, well, I could do all this extra time, but this guy over here, all right, you know what? I'll be a nice guy and I'll give one or two guys like 5 minute spots, and then I cut a couple of my minutes. So I don't like doing 3 hour shows. I think 3 hours is too damn long. I like keeping my shows to anywhere from 60 minutes to 120 at the absolute most, and 120 is because I squeezed it. But
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm like when I do mics, I kind of hate the whole clicky. Like some mics are really clicky, or some mics they're kind of what you call that like politically left leaning. So like let's say I do something that's like when I'm doing my my 9/11 joke or my like misogynistic joke, it just doesn't go over well. Or like the Creek in the Cave. I hear a lot of shit about the Creek in the Cave. Those
the cricket game could either be good or it could be bad, but that's mainly
Yeah.
on the producers. It has nothing to do with the place itself.
Yeah.
The place itself is actually, it's a really, really good venue for comedy.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the Creek and the Cave is they will let anyone produce over there with the hopes that people will do a good job with the room.
Yeah.
And this isn't the Creek and the Cave's fault. This is every damn show in New York's fault, especially the bars. The lotteries gotta stop. The 3 minute mics gotta stop. All that crap, like all that short, stupid stuff. I'm like, why? Why you're hurting the comedians by doing that?
What? Why do you think that?
Well, one,
Mhm.
I like knowing when I'm going up in a lineup.
Okay. Yeah.
Either tell me when I'm booking with you, or tell me like as soon as I sign up what my number is, or tell me like when everybody knows and it's like okay on this lineup. But I don't like going to a place at 8 o'clock and I don't know when I'm going on and I sit there until like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens with those 3 minute mics is that they put too many comics in there, and it's great for the producer and it's great for the bar, but it is horrible when you're one of the guys that's going up. And the thing with those is that a lot of those comics, they're friends with each other, so they're going to hang out for each other. But you're not doing each other favors by sitting around listening to each other's jokes, especially if you're not telling each other what's wrong with the jokes, like how this joke could be better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of comics, they're just very nice to each other, and they'll talk crap behind your back, but they'll never tell you. Like me and my writing partners, we'll all tell each other point blank, you gotta stop doing this joke. It's not working. Okay. You know why it's not working? Because of this. So unless you're going to change this piece of the joke, stop it. Because one, it's doing this. Two, it's not funny. Three, it's stealing time from you. Why would you want to steal your time? Like it's a filler joke that doesn't help. So just get rid of it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Thank you for telling me. Like, you know what I was actually thinking about for you? Try this joke. I know it has nothing to do with what you're doing right now, but it would go for you. And then I go, okay, well, I try that, and I try it a couple of times, and that's when you go to a mic, when you're literally just trying to do something new. I don't know if you realize this, the Comedy Cellar is a mic for pros.
Really?
Yeah. They get paid.
Wow.
But it's a mic. That's really what a professional mic is. Like, look at the amount of comedians that they have on that show.
Yeah.
It's like 10 comics on their late show. That is an open mic but you cannot open mic it there. But that's pretty much what it is. Like if they're doing 15 minutes, 10 minutes better be solid. You could pepper 5 minutes, but if you go in there and you do 3 minutes that are real good,
that just blew my mind
got
just
12
now.
minutes, it sucks. They're gonna be like, "Yo, don't ever come back here again."
That just blew my mind because you would think because I mean the Comedy Cellar constantly has long ass lines that go around the corner.
Those are celebrities that they're going there to see.
Yeah.
They're not going there to see guys working that they've never heard before. They're going down there to go see Louis C.K., Jim Norton, Gaffigan. I went there, saw Ray Romano one night. Seinfeld pops in there. Chris Rock goes down there. Dane Cook goes down there. Trying to think of like some other big names. Pretty much, if you're a huge comic, Billy Crystal goes down there. The big guys show up down there because their friends are there.
Mm.
So that's where they go to hang out. And like, if they're just working on something for a couple of minutes, they can go up and do like 3 to 5 minutes because they've earned the right to do it there. They've earned the right to do it everywhere. But you're not gonna go there unless, like me and you, we're not getting to the cellar unless we get a couple people vouching for us.
Yeah.
We sent tape, and the real best way to get in there, aside from the vouchers and all that crap, do something that makes you big. If Charlie Sheen wanted to go down to the cellar and do 5 minutes, they would let him do 5 minutes.
Even though he's not a comedian. You think they'll let Madonna do it?
He's a comedian.
What?
They would let Madonna do it, yeah.
Wow.
You think they wouldn't let Kesha do it? They would. They would let Bieber do it.
Yeah.
But the difference is they're gonna get told like, can you send me a tape just so I kind of know what it is? If they just walked in and go, hey, this is a comedy show? Yeah. Can I try doing comedy? They'd be like, we really don't want you to go up and do horrible, and not only you're going to mess up your career if you go up there and bomb. How about we send you up with one of our guys for a minute, like you just hang out in the back, and he'll, like, Bieber's down there, like, let's say this is before the roast, before anybody even heard about it happening, and Chris D'Elia was down there, and he goes, hey, I wrote a couple of jokes for Bieber. I just want to see if like how he delivers them over here, because that's what they did at the Comedy Store, or the Laugh Factory, one of the two of them. And that's why he made that joke about I've never had a situation. Now I know what it's like to perform to 8 people looking down at their cell phones, because that's what happens when you go into a place and nobody knows that you're like a huge celebrity. That was probably like a Monday show, so nobody important was there. It was just a mic, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, I'm doing a mic and Bieber's here." But because they're micers, they're like, "Who cares?" Because that's not their demographic. So in which case, like I was saying about Bieber, they'd be like, well, can you at least tell me what we're going to do with him? Because I don't want him to go up on stage for 20 minutes and bore the shit out of my crowd.
Right.
In which case, less than 5 minutes, if he's not doing his job, you got less than 5 minutes. Oh my God, he's bombing. He's only been on stage for 3 minutes. Is this going to go somewhere? Because it doesn't seem like it is. It seems like he's just jumping from subject to subject. I don't think this is going to... Light him. Just light him now. Doesn't matter. If he knows what the punchline is, he'll wave the light. But I'm sure somebody already told him about the light. Or they would send him up with another person. But yeah, that's... and then they would be like, yeah, because da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, it's exactly what I mean. And it would be fun for the crowd, because the crowd, honestly, would probably just take pictures of Bieber being on stage over there and be like, oh my God, I got to hang out with Justin Bieber for like 10 minutes or whatever it is. That would be those like 100, 200, 300 people, whatever it is that's in the cellar. Yo, and we got to hang out with somebody huge. Or we were in the same room as them. Look at how much people pay to like just be in the same restaurant that Paris Hilton takes a piss in.
Wow. Okay. Wouldn't that hurt the comedy club if they just had these non-comedians come in here and just not just fuck around?
Nope.
Wow.
If they're doing it on a regular basis, if they're doing bad shit on a regular basis, but if you're a place that the celebrities want to go to, how does that hurt you?
True. I mean, you would think because like, you know, if you got like a regular audience or like civilians going there, then you know, and they're like, wow, they just let anybody up here. This guy is not comedian. He sucks. Like,
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Who's your favorite musician?
Who's my favorite musician? I would have to say Darius Rucker.
Okay. Who's your favorite actor or actress?
Don't really have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say, or athlete. Who's your favorite athlete?
Derek Jeter, of course.
Oh. You go down to, okay. You go to Eastville one night.
Mm-hmm.
Place is packed. Amy Schumer's doing, it's Amy Schumer's show, like Amy Schumer and Friends. Let's say something like that.
Okay.
It's a regular weekly show. They don't have that. I'm just saying, let's assume that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And she goes, guys, I got a little treat for you. One of my friends is gonna do. He just wants to like tell two jokes. Is that cool? Can I have one of my friends just do like two jokes? Is that all right with you guys? And I'd be like, yeah, you're Amy. We're gonna let you get away with this because we're your fans. So then she goes, all right, cool. I think you know who he is. He used to be a New York Yankee. I guess it's a baseball team around here. You guys probably know him. All right, come up to the stage. This is Derek Jeter. And like she would just say it like that. She probably wouldn't make like a big announcement about it and like get the whole crowd going because that's like, you know, it's more fun to just make it like a happenstance that a celebrity is going to come up and like do something. The whole crowd would go nuts. And he would have to wait to tell his jokes because he knows how to tell a speech. And then he would go up, he would do his two jokes, and people would probably be recording it.
Yeah.
And Eastville's, or whatever club it would be, their backdrop would be there. So it would be on TMZ, and the entire country would have just seen Derek Jeter tell a joke at that comedy club. Now every person in the country that likes that person, when they come to New York, they're going to go to that place.
Okay, I see your point.
You understand how that works?
Yeah, yeah. So it's more. So even if they suck, it's good advertising.
Well, generally, most clubs are going to kind of check you a little bit to make sure you don't suck. But if you're at Jeter's level or Jack Nicholson's level or you're really up there, they're gonna be like, "Why don't you tell me a joke? What do you want to do while you're up there?" Well, I want to tell this joke that I wrote. Okay, cool. What's the joke? Because I might not even be in the room. I'm just curious. And that's exactly how they would do it. They would sucker you into telling them the joke, and then they would go. And even if it wasn't like super funny, if they knew you could get away with telling that joke because everybody's gonna love you because it's you, they'll be like, "Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I think it's funny. I think they'll like it because you're not a comedian. It doesn't have to kill."
That's cool.
Yeah, like if not Sanchez, crap. It's not Vic, right? Who's
Vick.
quarterback for the Jets this year? Okay, let's say Eli Manning wants to go up at Caroline's during somebody else's show. They'd be like, yeah, bro, you've been on SNL. And he'd be like, you don't even care about what I'm going to say? Like, pretty sure you know how to make something funny. But if you're not being funny, we're going to light you in 5 minutes or less, right? They'd be like, yeah, of course. But they got to work out just like we do. This is the most boring way I could have explained it.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. This. Like I said, just relax. Let the hate flow through you. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say I don't think there was much hate behind that at all.
Yeah, no.
I could do some hatey stuff, but
Oh no, please go ahead. You know, this is we broadcast live from the forest of hate. That was a catch.
I was listening to your podcast with the stripper on it. Didn't sound like she hated anything either.
Oh, well, she hates feminist.
Really? Didn't sound like that.
Yeah, that's why I had her on in the first place, because she had this anti-feminist rant, because she's like, you know, these chicks or these feminists, they're all about, pushing this freaking having a problem with video game characters being overly sexualized and shit, and they're all about trying to prevent a rape culture, but when a woman is actually raped, you ignore it because she did porn.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't catch that she had a major. Okay, so
Yeah.
I understand the idea behind that. So then it's kind of all right. So
In
Yeah,
fact,
that
the
makes
first
sense.
that was the first. You probably didn't listen to the first interview I did with her. I've done like 3 shows with her.
oh no, I just heard the latest one.
Yeah, she's a porn star. Mercedes Carrera.
Wait, is that the one that used to be a guy?
No.
Who's the one that you did used to be a guy? Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else's podcast.
Yeah, you're thinking of someone else's podcast. I haven't had a tranny on here yet.
That's one I was listening to. I thought it was
Not
you that I
without
was
me
listening
trying to
had
get a
drink.
tranny on here. I'm like, it's like, what the fuck is your story? Like, Jesus.
You don't want those stories.
Why not?
Oh, you don't want those stories. I never felt so bad. Like I felt so bad when I was listening to the Bruce Jenner story today. Like because he's having a conversation with Kim Kardashian, and he's like explaining the surgeries that he's going through currently, and she's like, "Well, that doesn't make," and you gotta have the other surgery. And he goes, "You mean on the little guy?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "No, I don't think I'm gonna do that." And she goes, "Well, then you're not a woman." He goes, "I feel like a woman." And I'm just and there was a doctor right after that goes, "Yeah, you know, a lot of the patients don't even feel like they need to go through the surgery. They just kind of need the facial reconstruction because then they feel feminine. Like they look in the mirror and they feel feminine
Well,
enough,
yeah,
and
I
that's
mean,
okay."
there's this well, I don't know. She's a model, an androgynous. She has an androgynous face. Her name is. I'll give her the plug because she's a model. Rain Dove Dublisky.
Don't know.
Yeah, I mean she does some comedy, but she has like a very androgynous look. So she gets hired to like model men's clothes and women's clothes. But she said at a mic that I went to a few months ago, that gender is you could choose your own gender. Gender is what you think you feel you are. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Really?
So,
Because if I went into a women's bathroom, I'm pretty sure I'd get in trouble.
Well, yeah, true, but like it, I know it, but
in women's bathrooms. Did you know that?
She says gender is a social construct. So I kind of made the joke and I referenced her as like, because I learned this, and I also learned that there's this thing called political lesbianism, where women want basically women boycott guys, so they boycott men's objectification of them by objectifying women and becoming lesbian. Like they decide to. So I said, because of political lesbianism and that gender is a social construct, I would like to announce that I'm coming out the closet as a lesbian.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
That is what that is.
Yeah.
I don't really care for it. That's good for he,
But then
she,
again,
whatever.
yeah. So, but then again, that's the whole rationale. Is like you could, gender is all in your mind. That's the whole argument behind that. So like you could
Gender
you
is the
like
one thing that is not all in your mind. It's actually the
well yeah
it's it's the equipment that you're born with. That's what gender is.
it does it like and according what to Rain
I understand the idea of
yeah
being, non-gender identifying.
yeah
I understand that idea, but here's the thing: you have a peepee. What does it look like? Because that's
hmm
your gender. Like I get, like, okay,
yeah
you're gay, you're straight, whatever. That's
hmm
or you're asexual. That's fine. You do that. That's okay. But if you're a boy and you're gay, you go for other boys, preferably those who want you back. That would be gay on gay.
hmm
If you're a boy and you like girls, that makes you a straight boy. The other way around. That I don't understand why people got. People go. Life could be so simple. Like, you fucking make it complicated. It's so simple if you just go with what everybody else is telling you.
hmm
This fucking all these stupid ass subcultures. I'm like, what the fuck
yeah
are you talking about? I'm like, you make it sound like it's got to be like this, but it's more complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated. Stop making it complicated. If you lived in a third world country, it wouldn't be complicated. You're making it complicated. 200 years ago, you didn't have a choice on this. There was nobody. There was no guy going, I feel like I'm a woman. Well, then wear a dress and let me fuck you in the ass. Then you're a woman.
really that's
That-
what you have to do to become a woman is have Anthony Crescenzo fuck you in the ass.
Well, not necessarily me, but the
Oh,
person you're talking to.
I'm just saying.
And not necessarily in the ass, but into something. And not, if you're gonna do girl shit, then you get. If you're gonna be a girl and you're gonna try to act like a straight girl, then you get penis. That's how it works.
Oh.
Don't be like, well, I need to have my face redone. Really, you really need to have your face redone? You don't need to have your face redone. You don't need tits. If you're a woman, women don't always have tits. Women don't always have feminine faces. What they do always have is vaginas.
hmm
That's it.
So what do you think about this whole? Well, what do you think about this whole gender identity thing? It's like, I'll just decide like one day I'll still keep my freaking my goatee and still cut my hair short and still stand to pee. So, but hey, I consider myself a woman with my deep voice. I mean, how ridiculous! They'll make it so that you know you can't stop me from going into a woman's bathroom because then you're discriminating.
I think that it's either Michigan State or Ohio State, probably. One of those colleges, they made a bunch of co-ed bathrooms because they were having an issue with too many non-gender identifiers. And I'm just like, why can't you how do you not identify when you're going to the bathroom? You look down, you know what you got. That's it. I understand that, okay, maybe you're bi. That's fine. But if you have that kind of private part, then you are that. That's it. That's why there's a Mr. and Mrs. and a Ms. or whatever. That's, by the way, Ms. the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. The dumbest fucking thing. I understand the feminist point of view on that, but it's either make it Miss or Mrs. or get rid of the whole fucking thing altogether. You can't have three of them. It's gotta be you either have that, like, technically young men should be master, not Mister.
Yeah.
That's society's fault for fucking doing that. But whatever, it made it easier. I say get rid of the misses. Get rid of the miss. If you really want to go with Ms., everybody's a Ms. That's it. No fuck.
I'm just worried about if there's a co-ed
That's it.
bathroom and I gotta go in there and take a shit. How embarrassed would I be if some chick comes in and is like, what the fuck just happened here?
I'd be like, I took a shit. We should have had two separate bathrooms like everybody else.
It's like
You go.
I do some
When you're at somebody's house, you take a shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, actually,
You don't care.
I try to hold.
You just tell them, like, I would hold off on going in there for a little while.
I would be
I
like,
do it all. I don't care. I fucking love shitting outside the house now. I used to hate it.
yeah.
I used to be afraid of going to the bathroom anywhere except for my house because I was like, I don't want the germs in it. Like, you know how much easier it is to go to the bathroom outside of your house because you don't have to clean it?
Hmm.
That is the best. I love going to a fucking public bathroom. That shit is always clean. Everybody's like, oh, it's so dirty. It's not dirty. It's fucking clean. You know what's dirty? A cell phone. That's dirty. A mic. That's dirty. Oh my god. Microphones are so dirty.
Oh
Can't
God,
put,
I hate when they fucking
I had to learn I can't
sneeze.
put the microphone on my face anymore
Oh
because I
yeah.
already I don't have them right now, but I get cold sore. I get like fever blisters and cold sores and all kinds of fun shit on my face,
Herpes.
and you can't have that. Like, because if you have it, you can give it to somebody else. And I'm just waiting for some female comic to get fucking herpes from a microphone. And by the way, I don't know any girl that actually holds the microphone close enough to her face to get herpes. But then again, I only know about 5 female comics that are really excellent. So, and I know every female comic that hears this is going to be like, "Am I one of the comics you're talking about?" If you know me, you're probably not one of the comics I'm talking about.
Oh shit.
Well, it's the truth. Amy Schumer,
Mm-hmm.
Kathleen Madigan, which Kathleen Madigan, outstanding as a stand-up comic, but that's the line. She doesn't have anything past that.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kathy Griffith. By the way, these are the ones that are still alive I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because Lucille Ball, just straight out incredible, but she's dead. I can't consider Phyllis Diller because Phyllis Diller doesn't do comedy really anymore. Crap, can't remember the other two. Well, she's not a stand-up comic, but Kate Mara is really, really funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a couple of like comedians that are not stand-up comedians, but they're really, really funny that are female. But as for stand-up comics, there's only about
Wait,
what's
Kate,
the name that
Kate Mara,
yeah, Kate Mara.
the chick that's in the new Fantastic Four.
Is she?
Is she a redhead?
Yeah, she's from House of Cards. She's fucking funny.
She's funny. I never seen her do stand up.
She doesn't do stand-up.
She doesn't do stand. All
No,
I know,
check-
she's hot as hell.
Yeah, she's hot. She's also 5'1". She has a little
And here she is in lingerie. Nice.
it's called Tiny Detectives.
I'm gonna put this in the chat room for the people that don't know who Kate Mara is.
Kate Mara in House of Cards. Oh, damn. I love Kate Mara. But she's like, you don't see her doing funny things, but then you go and watch Tiny Detectives and you're like, this girl's fucking hilarious.
Are there any?
Because you know what it is? She's such a good actress that she just knows how to do everything.
There you go. Another picture for the fans. Boom. There you go. Some jerk off material for you. There you go. Kate Mara, everybody. Oh, heard that.
Did you?
Did you just burn yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. If in case you heard it here live, Furf. Yeah. Fuck it. Forget it. If y'all didn't hear that, that's it. I'm done. Moving on.
3:30 in the morning. What do you want me to do? It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it kind of reminds me, and I've been trying to make a joke about this. Is I guess this had to be there. Like I was at the pit one night, and I went to use the bathroom before going and taking my seat, and someone took like they blew that fucking place apart. So I go in there like, wow, somebody really fucked this place up. And the guy was still in the stall. He's like, my bad, yo. And so then I go back, and at the time I'm with my former female friend. So, Nutsy, which you probably already know who I'm talking about, but never mind.
Oh, is that Christine?
Oh, don't mention names. Don't mention names.
I thought we were all on the same page about this. I was the only one that was a little not there.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So I sit down and I'm telling her the story. Um, and I'm like, wow, somebody really fucked that place up. And the guy comes in, he's like, that was me. He's like, that was you. I was like, yeah. Uh, he's like, yeah, my bad, yo. And that became the running gag. Is like, my bad, yo. I couldn't stop laughing about it because this dude like, he's like, yo, man, I ate some fucking frankfurters from what the fuck's that train station, Penn Station, Nathan's, and it didn't sit well. So
Really?
yeah, I guess he had to be there. It was hilarious. But then that mic was horrible with that old host because you had this guy that was still having fucking war like fucking Vietnam flashbacks pretty much, and he would do like his 3 minutes set, and he would say ahead of time, oh, the punchline for every joke is suck my dick. It was so fucking annoying. It's like, oh, you know why? You know what I told this chick to suck my dick. That was it. That was it. He would say the punchline and laugh.
Really?
Yeah. And the punchline was suck my dick.
That's weird.
Yeah, and he would get drunk at these mics. And one time I was up and he was like, he took a fucking phone call and that shit was loud. And you know he's talking and everyone can hear him and he's talking over me. And the son of a bitch had the fucking nerve to light me after he fucking just fucked my whole setup.
I don't even believe this.
And I was like, I paid $3 for this shit. And this was at the Pit. I mean, he doesn't host there anymore. It's usually Jay Welch or some other, or Katie Holler. Since I've last been there.
Do you know someone by the name of Preston Phillips?
No.
Well, apparently, a news, I'm guessing anchor. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A news anchor from California whose name is Preston Phillips from ABC 10 is following me. And followed me right after you posted that I was going to be on your show.
Preston really?
Yeah. I guess I thought he was a fan of yours. I'm going to follow him back.
Preston Phillips, 10 News.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't follow me.
Well, maybe he likes me better than you. I don't blame him.
Yeah, wow. You know, well, it was nice having you on, but I'll be deleting this show afterwards now and go eat a dick. No, I'm just kidding.
That was funny.
Change. I'm just gonna change the last name to Cum Dump, and we're just gonna leave it right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Cum Dump.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I thought I hung up on you by accident. I was like, shit! I can't.
It wouldn't have been an accident. Just admit it.
No, obviously, if I didn't do it, it would have been an accident.
Yeah. It'd be like. So, anyways, how are things? And damn it, trying to get to this joke quickly.
What joke?
Here it is. Like it'll be like, so Ann, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing, nothing, and it'll be shit. All right, and he's gone.
What the fuck was that?
Play him off Keyboard Cat. It's a cat playing the keyboard, and it was like a meme going around for back in the day, to like make like if somebody like fucked up, the cat would start playing them off. Play a piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's tomorrow? Wednesday?
Yes. Louis is gonna be a hero. Rest in peace. What do you mean I'm gonna be a hero? So stop.
You're gonna be a long sandwich.
Oh. I would like that. I remember when I told my girlfriend's brother I wiped, he looked at me as if I was from another planet. They're talking about not wiping their asses now.
What?
Yeah. See, this is the people that listen to my damn show.
Are you sure they're listening to your show?
No, they just come here and they start talking, but hey, it still counts as a listen. So, God bless you.
I'm trying to think. Somehow it's.
Hey, as long as they're chatting, they're engaging, they press the play button, it's all good.
That's so confusing. How do they even know that it's going?
Oh, they follow me.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm the greatest.
So you must have much more entertaining guests than me, then.
Well, that's because I tweeted out. They follow me on this network, so when I'm on, they show. I don't lie about wiping. I actually use baby wipes, RD. I use the flushable wet wipes that leave your ass feeling cleaner.
Why do I feel like I'm on that one segment of the Amanda Show where they're doing like a TV show, like a public access TV show, and the audience is taunting them to do things.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to prove anything to you. You just have to do that. Like, see, I did it. And they're crying about it afterwards. I feel like that's what your audience does to you. They force you to feel like a piece of shit.
Actually, I wouldn't feel complete if I didn't feel like a piece of shit after the end of the show. So that way, when I see the downloads are up and people are actually listening and they're like, "Oh, wow, we actually like you," it like boosts my self-esteem. Like my self-esteem is so tied up with me doing this fucking podcast and now doing fucking stand-up, which is a fucking huge mistake now thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm like, if I were you, I wouldn't even bother fucking around with stand-up.
Yeah. Well, as far as trying to get self-esteem.
Well, first of all, self-esteem is definitely not going to come from doing comedy at all.
No.
You just got to do whatever you like to do. But more importantly, no, if this is what you're good at, then why are you doing something else?
Because I like doing both. I always wanted to do stand-up comedy. Like growing up, most kids would like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. I want to be a statutory rapist. I always wanted to, stand up and try to make people like laugh by talking shit.
This is more of a question to your fans. Does anybody live in or near Las Vegas, Nevada? I'm just curious to know if you guys do. Then hit up Lewis. Let me know because I got to be there. I think in August, and we're trying to set up a weekend where I do one show after another, and one of them is going to be. At least one of them, maybe two of them, I'll headline, and then the other ones are just going to be like I'm making appearances, and we're not going to tell anybody. And it's just this way when I go back there after the TV show gets released, that there's already a fucking base there, and it's like, oh shit, you already knew it? Yeah, we came the last time. Are you kidding me? I'm like, really? You knew about him like 6 months ago? Because everybody just heard about him like last month. It's like, no, we've heard about it for a while.
Oh, but you see, Louis reads us talking about wiping, him not even considering it's about wiping anything else than his ass pretty much answers the question.
Wiping your face?
Whatever.
Wiping?
Sometimes I just gotta abandon this shit.
Maybe it means something completely different.
Yeah.
Maybe wiping has nothing to do with actually like cleaning a body part. Maybe it's wiping a table or wiping a drive. Or maybe it's a conspiracy theory thing, which then I would have absolutely no idea what you guys are talking about at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never. I know it sounds horrible. I'm sadly.
Yeah.
I'm really currently looking forward to the possibility of moving back into the States, because if I moved back into the States, I would have cable, which means that I could watch all the fucking baseball games and shit, which I can't do over here.
Where are you now?
I'm in Manhattan. You know how
What do you
expensive
mean the
cable is
States? What are you talking about then?
in the States, like in the regular states, like not the city.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Like I
that sounded weird.
I love living here because like I have access to all the clubs, and
Yeah.
you know I can just, like tomorrow night I'll be over at the comic strip. But
There is this TV. There is this thing that you could download now, and you go have cable, and all you need is an internet connection. I forgot what it's fucking called. I think it's Sling TV. Yeah, Sling TV.
yeah, and then I wind up doing the same thing as I'm doing with Netflix on my phone right now, which is blowing the fucking battery apart. Actually blowing the data package too, because stupid me has Verizon, and anybody that has Verizon knows everything that you do with Verizon is expensive.
Yeah, for $35 a month, you get cable TV and HBO.
For $35 a month, I can have cable. Actually, that's not true. I think it would cost like over $70.
Yeah,
No,
I
no.
mean here, and they're not.
No,
And, hey,
over
Sling
here,
TV.
I think it costs $100 a month to have full cable.
Sling
That's
TV.
all.
Please.
Everybody's like, well, you don't watch Comedy. How can you be a comedian? You don't have Comedy Central. I'm like, just because you're on a channel doesn't mean you don't have to have it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the
I mean,
next
you
thing
get
is
ESPN, ESPN2, AMC, Food Network. I don't watch that, but A&E, History
you think
Channel.
that fuck-
You get TNT, TBS, Cartoon Network. ABC Family, Lifetime.
There you go.
Oh my God!
No, that'd be perfect for guys that want to be in the friend zone immediately.
Immediately, look, you come over to my house, and you could watch all the Lifetime movies you want. She was a brave woman getting beat up by two husbands.
I hope that's not a real show.
I really hope it is. It's like she left her. She was part of a harem.
If you're a harem, you don't have two husbands.
Hey, you know what? I don't judge you. In my story, in my fake Lifetime movie story, it's a woman in a harem with two husbands.
Do you know what a harem is?
I do know what a harem is, but it's my story, not yours.
First of all, the number two would never like. That's a very, very tiny harem.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can't afford it. There's some people that have a harem and they're on government assistance.
That is absolutely not true.
It is true. I said it, and it's true.
That doesn't make it accurate. It just
does.
means that you're saying shit that makes no sense.
It does.
I could say "make a lick a high, make a Heidi ho." Doesn't mean that it means anything.
That's my favorite drink.
That's not a drink.
It is. It's delicious. It's made with pineapples.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did they invent that? In the basement?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking drink historian. I just heard it.
What did you say it was?
I'm not a drink historian.
A drink historian?
Yeah, no, I don't know where it's from. It's delicious though.
You mean a mixologist?
Well, do mixologists know where the origins of shit?
A lot of times they do because they're the ones that are creating drinks. So.
Well, I'm not a drink. I'm a drink creation. I'm not a drink creationist. I'm more of a drink evolutionist.
I really, really, really hope that your. I'm sorry. I really, really hope that your viewers right now are writing down how much of an idiot you sound like.
Yeah, well. It's almost 4 a.m. I'm getting loopy.
Yeah.
So with that.
Yeah. You are.
With that, follow.
We should do this again, like in 6 months.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk. We'll braid each other's hair and shit, and yeah. Actually, last question: do you shave?
My face?
No.
Be specific.
The balls.
Yep.
Ah, good. All right, ladies, there you go. I asked the questions.
Is that a real question from your fan base?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want more specifics on my
Nah,
shaving
I'm
patterns?
good. Oh, good. That's Anthony Crescenzo at Gmail. And check out his website, Anthony-Crescenzo.tk, because I don't know why would you get a TK?
Actually, it's Anthony-Crescenzo.tk, and I got TK because TK is free.
Oh, really?
And yeah, my web designer Billy Buckley put it in for me. So this way, if I want to change, it was originally like NJ Comedian, then it was something else. Like it was Half Deaf Humor at one point, but it always stayed Anthony-TK, Anthony-Crescenzo, whatever, Anthony-Crescenzo.tk, because he didn't have to put money into it to re-up it, and it was just always for free. So if you ever want to get a free website, put .tk.
Okay, then.
Actually, or you could just ask my friend Billy, Billy Buckley, who, if you go to anthonycrescenzo.tk, it'll say about the web designer, and he's a buddy of mine. Like I'm not like saying, oh well, he's a friend of mine. Shit, like we hang out. Our kids, like my girlfriend's kids, and like they like we go out. Like we have a good time. I think we're going to a baseball game in a couple weeks, actually.
Oh, nice. Let's go Yankees.
Actually, none of them. We're going to Western New Jersey to watch a minor league baseball game.
Oh, let's go Bears.
That would be Newark. Actually, I don't even think the Bears exist anymore.
Damn it! Why they got
Just
they all got killed? They all got killed by the.
If we go out there, we're gonna go see. I think it's the Sussex County Miners. They might be an expansion team, but I've seen every minor league team in New Jersey, just because it's very inexpensive. You can get tickets right behind the plate for like less than $15. A lot of times it's like 11 or 6 or 8. The parking's crazy cheap. The beers are pretty much normal price, but other than that, everything is cheap. It's like going to a Mets game, but getting really, really amazing seats. So the only thing I don't like about going to the Yankee Stadium is that I never get seats there. I've gotten seats there one time, and it's because we got very, very expensive tickets for free. It was the only time I've ever gotten seats at Yankee Stadium. Every other time, I'm always standing.
Really? There's standing seats? So there's standing room only at Yankee Stadium? Like you're gonna see the fucking, fuck. I got nothing. I'm tired.
Like, gonna go to the
Yankees. Time to end the show.
Yeah, that was retarded. Yeah, like you're gonna go see the Yankees. I go to Citi Field to get seats. I go to fucking Yankee Stadium, which is only 5 stops uptown for me, and it's so much closer. But I'm just like, I can never get cheap seats. Every time I try to go down there, it's like $50, and I always wind up standing. It's $50 minimum. I remember there was one time I paid $75 per seat, and they weren't seats. So I was really not happy about it, but that's the way it is. You want to go see the Yankees, that's how you got to do things. But yeah, tell your for your fans, anthonycrescenzo.tk. My
how you spell your last name? Because they're not gonna, they can't, they're illiterate.
Oh well, it's Anthony CRESCE. Oh well, it's like a zebra. Anthony CR. I sent it to you through whatever it was.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's are you gonna put? I'm assuming that you're putting liner notes.
Yes, of course. It's in the description.
No, I meant like on the links. That way they can find it. That's why I put everything over there.
Yeah, no, I already. It's
anything you want to see through Twitter, I put a lot of stuff that I put out. It has the hashtag Hope You Die Laughing.
Right.
Hope You Die Laughing is the I guess the production company for the shows that I've been doing over the past year. The reason I do that is because I have a tendency of putting comics on that they're funny to me, but man, they could piss off a crowd. But they're really fucking funny. I do a lot of stuff with Temple Horses. They're a lot of fun. And actually, if Yeah, Temple Horses is very, very, very good to me lately. I think I'm going to be at Comedy Cove in a couple weeks, probably this weekend, in fact. I know that's like a lot of information. I'm sorry. I piss off comics whenever they ask me to start running through what I have going on because they don't recognize I have a lot of shit going on. I think I don't have any iHeartRadio stuff this week, but like Tuesday I'm gonna start working for iHeartRadio again.
Oh, okay.
It's weird because you talk to me and no one ever realizes that this is a real job for me. They're like, oh, I'm just hanging out with him. It's whatever. No, I'm I'm very serious about what I do, and it just happens to be that I sound like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But then when I go up there, you're like, damn.
All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the horn that I was tooting? Because it's mine.
Yes. It was a thing up booty.
Booty?
Yeah.
All right, well, since I don't have to go to sleep,
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and have a cigarette because I like smoking cigarettes as opposed to
Well.
smoking those electronic cigarettes that kind of just looks like you're sucking on an iPod. Those things are no fun.
Hey, but it's 2015. It's time to like update. Like, you know, fuck me. I'm tired. Good night. Like to thank Anthony Crescenzo for coming on. I'm fucking eating shit right now, which I've probably been doing for the past 2 hours. So yeah, thank you for coming on. Check him out. Go to his follow him on. Hashtag suck that iPod says RD. There you go. Go to
What?
suck that hashtag suck that iPod. So follow him at just click, go into the info, go and click the links and find this gentleman. Hashtag hope you die laughing. And yeah, as always, from my house to your house. Mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.